Hello, and welcome to another stream of the ultimate hardcore Shiny Manectric Hunt live. My name is Ectric, and we are here in yet another stream where we will be continuing our quest for a shiny Manectric in Pokemon Shield. This series is one where we go through every game that you can get a Manectric in, and we try to shiny hunt it. We are on game 2 right now. We did Emerald earlier this year, and now we are on to Shield. So we're going to be hunting for it again. We'll see if we can get one. We are also going to be waiting for some space-time distortions in Legends Arceus so we can try and shiny hunt in there as well. So it's going to be a full shiny hunting stream. Should be a good time. I hope you're excited for this. If you are and you have not yet liked the stream and subscribed to the channel, consider doing so so you can catch every single one of these as they come out. Regardless, though, thank you so much for being here tonight. I really, really appreciate it. And let me just check real quick. I need to see how many battles I've done against ElectriC. Does it just show it 47? I can't see. Hold on. Oh no, that's how many we've seen. Alright. Total. Let's see. Can't see anything. Number battle 139. Okay, cool. Alright, so we need to get to, what is it, like 500? To get, the, like, max odds. Ash and Anubis, thank you so much for joining the stream. Really, really appreciate you coming in. Hope all of you are doing well. But yeah, I think we need to get to 500, so we're just going to be battling a bunch. Should be a good time. So, let's just get right to it. But yeah, we're gonna be doing some shiny. Oops. Okay, guess we're doing this and then healing up. I got. Apparently, I did not. Oh, we got a flinch too. Nice. There we go. Cool. Well, we gotta go heal anyway, so that's fine. When did this music become mildly nostalgic? I know, seriously, right? I mean, the game did come out, what? 7 years ago? Came out in 2018, right? It's old-ish. It's old-ish. There have been, what, like 4 or 5 Pokemon games that came out since this one on the Switch? And Switch 2? Not 4 or 5. Probably like 3, right? You got PLA, ZA, and Scarlet Violet. That's only 3. Okay, there we go. Yeah, 3. Yeah. I was slightly overestimating, but still. Oh, BDSP did come out after this, didn't it? So yeah, four of them. You're right. Completely forgot about BDSP. Mainly because I have not played it, like, essentially at all since I beat it. That one kind of just gets memory hold, I feel like. Oh, whoops. Pressing the wrong one. Got more. There we go. But yeah, that's crazy how many games have come out since this one. And it's weird because, like, I associate this one with, like, the start of my channel, which, God, it's coming up on 6 years since I started the channel, which is also horrendous in its own way. Like, I think of this as, like, the start of my channel, but it's like, this game was the reason that I got, like, decided to want to make my channel. BDSP marks the death of Furt on an escalator until Diamond and Pearl remakes come out. I could never forget it. Oh, fair. Ah, old. Yeah. it's I still like I no longer think of myself as like a new YouTuber or anything like that, but I don't think of myself as like a seasoned vet of this, and I kind of am, and I don't know how to feel about that because like I still think I'm like working on a lot of things to like become better and stuff like that. Like I don't think I'm like in my prime or anything like that yet. I don't know. Maybe I already passed my prime. Maybe I just am mediocre. I don't know. But it's crazy that I've been going for nearly 6 years at this. Still feels like something that I like need to like work on justifying to myself that I do this type of thing. I don't know, it's weird. I don't feel like I've been doing it for 6 years. I feel like I would feel more like this is like my thing than I do. Wanted to make a channel for a while. I made fake YouTube videos before I could actually make a channel. You made fake like you would record stuff and not post them because you couldn't post to Facebook or to YouTube and stuff like that. Strike with the attack. They were hockey better than my current content. Post them. I mean, in fairness, like, if you're making stuff when you're, like, in elementary school, what do you have going on in your, like, you don't have responsibilities, you don't have stressors or worries, you're a kid. You got plenty of time to, like, put into, like, a ton of stuff. Like, I feel like I sometimes look back on, like, my old self and wonder, like, how did I put so many hours into each of these, like, games that I had? Because, like, I have so many nostalgic memories of so many different video games. And, like, I distinctly remember having, like, a limit on the amount of hours I could play video games a day. And I still put in, like, so much time into each of these games. But then I remember, oh, yeah, you know, I had nothing else going on. My homework was, you know, multiplication tables. Gonna head home, pop back in a bit. Sounds good, Anubis. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you in a bit. Gotta dig out my old phone and find all my old shit and post it. Go for it. I've almost surpassed my sister's subscriber count. Nice. I have been stuck between 4,135 and 4,145 for like 2 years now. it's kind of rough. Let's see. Where are all Electrics at? It's because I don't have any, I don't have an electric type out front. It's not, I don't have a static mon out front anymore. Alright, there we go. My channel is riding on the back of me randomly deciding to post the soundtrack to a video game I like, and everyone's flocking to it after they change the music. Gotcha. Oh, we got a Space Down Distortion for already. I'm gonna get one more Electric done, and then we'll swap. I mean, my channel is... I post a ton of shit to my channel. Like, I've got thousands of videos. Like, I'm not, like... It's not, like, one thing or anything like that. But, like, the reason that I got this many subscribers is because of that one short. I'm being totally honest. Like, I grew about 3,000 subscribers from that one Johnny short, like 3 years ago now, and have been chasing the high ever since. All right, so we're gonna real quick hop over to the Switch. So we're gonna go over here, and then we're gonna pop this in real fast. Go. Love reading all the love this track's so nostalgic. Thanks for posting these comments, because one, I love seeing people find meaning in music, and two, I like that I can make people happy. Yeah, I definitely, I get that. I get a thrill out of people being like, you know, you know, I really enjoyed this. This was fun. Type of comments and stuff like that. Like it makes it, you know, worth it and stuff. Dipper and Lula say hi. Oh, hi. Hope they're doing well. Yeah, I keep saying this, but I need to like refocus on playing the game a bit more rather than just kind of doing my own thing. I need to like start posting shorts regularly again. I need to like branch out to like other avenues, like other social media websites and stuff like that, and start posting there as well. I need to do more. I've kind of just been only streaming and just kind of playing whatever games I want, and you know, they do well and stuff like that. I'm not saying that, you know, I'm grateful for a single person watching for 1 second. Like I still it still kind of baffles me that I've gotten this far. But like, you know, if I want to continue growing the channel and maybe make this into a career one day, especially because like, who boy has work been frustrating, and the job prospects of a new job not all that amazing. You know, all of that being said, if I want to try and work towards that, I need to like do more. I think I'm gonna try and start posting like longer form YouTube videos, not like series. Like, I'm not gonna go back to like doing video series, because those didn't really do well, and like it would necessarily take away time from when I could be streaming, and I love streaming much more than I love editing. So, you know, I think I want to start doing like longer form videos where they're like one-offs, where I do like, you know, a challenge or something like that, and then I like edit it into like one video, and you know, kind of a little bit more like what a John Stone is doing, or like you know, the more classical like YouTube gamer, where it's like I did this, and this is the story of how I did this type of thing. So I want to start working towards that. Mostly post for myself. I'd love for the channel to take off and thoroughly enjoy getting views and subs, but I don't think YouTube is something that I actually pursue as a career. Completely valid. Honestly, like, I'm in a very privileged place in that, like, I have a decent enough income, and combined with my wife, that like we're not strapped for cash. It's not like I can like daydream about this being like full time while having a full-time job that pays my bills and allows me to play to do this as a hobby. But like I would love to do it as a career because I would like to be able to put more effort into this because I love doing this so much. But if this is never a career and is only ever a hobby, I'm like, I still get to do it, and I'm very happy with that as well. So I get that. You need to do this, and get more subs. And I'm like, no, yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, I want to like do the things that get more subs. I just, ADHD. Sometimes it's hard to get myself to like consistently do them. It's like a constant like battle to remind myself I need to do these types of things. And at a certain point, there's only so many hours in a day. And there like are nights where I'm just like gaming with friends for hours, and like I could theoretically be like doing editing then instead, or like recording more, or like all of these different things. I could be doing like channel related stuff during that time, but like I that's a big way for me to socialize, and like that's a big part of like maintaining friendships and stuff like that. Like, so like it's there's things that get life is not only the YouTube channel. So I would love to be able to like put more time into it, and I want to like be more deliberate about the time I do put into this. But at a certain point, there's only so many hours in the day, and I gotta prioritize. And unfortunately, work has to be one of those priorities that takes up a large amount of my time. Want more subs, but I don't care enough for it to be worth the effort. That's completely fair. And hey, there's nothing wrong with having this as a hobby and just doing it for the love of the game, and whatever you get, you get. If you don't, and honestly, in a certain way, it's probably healthier to not be like so attached to like the numbers and stuff like that. New month, new Resort World records. Ooh, nice. I'm assuming you're the one that's setting them, right? Welcome to the stream, Marcus. Glad to have you in. What I would be interested in pursuing is art and writing, of course. I mean, comic books are a thing, manga's a thing. Obviously, the jobs may not be considered as like traditionally stable, or lucrative, or consistently lucrative as like some of the more jobs, but tons of people make a living doing that, and hey, who knows? Perhaps when the AI overlords take over everything, art will be the only thing that we still get to do, or maybe we'll all be overtaken by the AI overlords in art. Who knows? I personally think that there will always be a demand for actual like human-made art that inspires emotions in people. I don't think you can fully convince people to accept AI versions. I think that a lot of like, unfortunately, a lot of like the current work that goes towards human artists that makes it like a viable career option are probably going to be taken over by AI to the detriment of artists and the companies using their services alike. But it's going to be done because it's considered cost saving. But I do think that there will always be people who are like patrons of the arts and wants to experience emotionally moving novels written by actual human beings that understand emotion, or people who want to see a human's interpretation of a sunset and not just an AI recreation of what other people have considered a good picture of a sunset. I don't think it's going to fully go away, but I do think that some of the more practical applications are going to be intruded upon, and probably already are being intruded upon. And no special spawn. Have I ever gotten special spawns on shiny? I don't think I have. Putting out really good work with little effort, which is always good. Knocked out some obligations that have been hanging over my head. Nice. Good for you. And netted a trade. What's a trade? Fiction writer AI scares the ever-loving shit out of me. Yeah. I mean, there's going to be a lot of AI slop out there, and it's going to get harder and harder to, immediately pick out when it is that. But there's going to be, I think there will always be a demand for the real thing. I think that it will never be able to truly beat out the genuine the genuine version. I don't think it'll ever be as good as the best AI story is never going to be anywhere near the best human written novel, at least from a human perspective, unless AGI is developed and sentient beings start becoming a thing from AI and stuff like that. At that point, then sure. I feel like sentience is the limiting factor there, and until that's the case, I don't think that it will ever become close, no matter how good it gets at mimicking what we do. But it is going to clog up fan fiction websites, fan art websites. It's going to be everywhere. And for people who are just looking for passable something or other, it's going to be much easier to get that, unfortunately, just by nature of it takes AI 0.3 seconds what it would take a human days to weeks to months. It's a shame, but no specials, or no shinies in the space-time distortion. I don't want something that is 99% driven by human passion to be turned soulless, but can I just Yeah. My grandfather uses generative AI and it hurts my artist's soul. I want to support his work, but it kind of goes against everything I believe in. Not too scared of it yet, just more pain. Yeah, that's kind of I definitely can see the fear. I'm much more just pained by it as well, and that it makes me sad that this is probably going to be a thing, and it's going to make it harder for people to do what they love for a living rather than easier. Ideally, AI does all the crappy stuff we don't want to do, and it allows us to just pursue our passions and enjoy our limited time on Earth doing fun stuff. Whereas the way it's looking, we're gonna have to do all of the shitty jobs that they can't do because they don't know how to manipulate a bottle. Whereas they're gonna get to do all of the fun stuff, which is not ideal, considering they can't enjoy it definitionally. Signs of AI being AI in writing are fairly easy to spot at the moment. Yeah. Dazzling, welcome to the stream. Liked when AI was just good enough to be somewhat comprehensible, but just bad enough for me to take it and spin it into something actually decent. Yeah, I honestly I miss when it was just a goofy thing that it was obvious that it was not very good, but it was just good enough to have some interesting moments where it was holy shit, how did it do that? But most of the time it was just inane garbage, because then you could you would be able to deal with the like 90% drivel and constant finickiness, and that would be funny in and of itself. And then the 10% when it was like truly like really interesting and like and I don't want to say profound, but like, you know, the 10% of the time when it was like actually working correctly and well, it would be highlighted even more by the fact that like for 90% of the time it was doing absolutely nothing useful. My favorite short story I've made is directly based on an AI generated short story my grandfather made. Crazy. But like, I mean, yeah, like that's a good example of like a good use for AI is that like it's a tool. It should be a tool. Like it can like, you know, spark your creative juices, or like it can, you know, help you like get a baseline to be able to like work from, so you don't have to start from scratch, and it can like, you know, expedite your process. Whereas right now it's just being used for everything. Original was asked, but just good enough for me to go, you know what, I can work with this. Yeah, I get that. Sometimes I do that with fucking dreams. Like, I'll have a dream and I'll be like, that was fucking weird, but I, like, there's something there. And then I'll, like, spin it into, like, oh, this is a really cool, like, story idea, or, like, a D&D character, or a video game, or whatever it ends up being that it, like, fits with. 90% of it might be stupid, but, like, the emotions I had while I was in dream mode, and, like, I have no critical thinking skills. All of this is real. You know, while drawing on those emotions to be able to, like, as like a baseline, that's always been a cool thing. Anyway, let's switch back to Sword and Shield. Okay, and pop that on. And we go over here. Perfect. We're back. He's back. Oh, alrighty. Nice. Sorry about that. Happens every time. Alright, cool. Off to the test. That is chapter 26 on HHM, which we luck. Good luck. Got a few dream-inspired stories? Yeah. How am I right here? God damn. I turned the thing off and everything. How did it still yell at you? Alright, I guess I have to wait until it's, like, actually, like, on before I turn it back on. Sorry about that. I legitimately tried to, like, avoid that happening, because apparently it does that when I switch between the two. I'll leave it off for longer so that it's, like, completely running and there's no overlap or anything like that. I thought it was when I took it out that caused the screeching, but apparently it's putting the game back in. So, note for future self. Actor's trying to kill us. Yep, that's my goal. I've decided that this is too much work, and rather than just... oh my god, there's already another place on the version. Hold on. Hate that Sword and Shield was the only game where you can find a legitimate Keldeo. Yeah. I mean, you know, doing a Masuda hunt is not too bad in this game most of the time. I'm going to try and get more than 2 encounters before we do the next STD. Let's get to 1120 before we go back to PLA. But yeah, I wish there were... Oh, Keldeo. I was thinking Kecleon. Sorry. The Masuda will not help you there. Yeah, that sucks. Can you not get... Oh, well, you can do the Dynamax Adventures. That's in this game, though. Yeah, it's... Yeah. Don't have anything to say, but yeah, that sucks, bro. That's rough, buddy. I want to make an STD joke, but my creative juices aren't flowing enough. Ask AI to make one. And then build off of that. Or, you know, take a nap and have a dream about it. Either one works. Right. No, let's... Whoops. I'm gonna let it run for a little bit without being in the menu so that we have less time to wait next. I forgot to name this Diglett. It's a good name. I'm good at nicknaming Pokemon. It's true. I kick ass at it. Yeah, it's great. Damn it. Alright, 2 more after this. Give it a little bit more time. Also, thank you so much for 4 likes already, everyone. It's a totally legit joke they came up with. Definitely didn't ask ChatGPT for. Pokemon trainers hearing there's an STD nearby and panicking for totally the wrong reason and realizing it's just space-time distortion, and honestly that's only slightly less stressful. Ha ha ha. Oh, it's funny because it's true. Oh. Alright. Just had the most random idea. Watch Family Guy? I don't know. Scream Dova really loud and see if she hears you from the other room.
Dova!
Sorry to headphone users. That. I probably should have warned you more. Sorry. My bad. Alright, let's sing so fast. Whoopsie! She didn't hear? Alright, I'm not doing it again. Sorry. I felt bad about the first time. Tragic. Yeah. Alright. Back to PLA. That was fast, but... Louder? No. Turn your volume up. Just go, hey Dova, this is your conscience. Watch Ectric's stream. Ooh. A floating shopping list. Whoa. Wait, that was a shiny sound effect. Purple? Shiny purple somewhere? Oh, a shiny drift balloon. means we're not going to get a shiny in this space-time distortion, but we take those, I guess. Cool. Oh, I should probably also swap to the other scene.
Victory Screech!
Thinks you're funny at least? Oh, there we go. I'll take it. I do have to say, people's parents, they love me. I'm a delight to I was always a delight to all of my friends' parents. They always very much enjoyed having me over. So it makes sense. It makes sense. In general, I'm just delightful, but especially to people who are hoping that you're a good influence on their kid. I'm your guy. Random shiny jump scare for sure, for sure. I mean, we take those, I guess. Oh shoot. I'm hoping that I didn't just whatever. At worst it'll be in a battle because I got attacked by a random Pokemon. I was using the controller for Sword and Shield. I'm Zhao, king of the rock. John Noin's complaint. It's a piece of cake to break a pretty cake. If the way is hazy, gotta do the cooking by the book. You know you can't be lazy. Hmm. 737 feet away from the other spawn point. Crazy. Are meters? Yards? Hectares? No, that's a area measurement. Silly Ectric. Get your head out of your ass. Oh boy. There is the smallest possibility that I may be able to stream tomorrow as well. And in which case I might do another Jackbox night. Oh, maybe actually no. Maybe I do Jackbox on Thursday, when I have like the extra long stream, and then I can possibly do Marvel Rivals tomorrow, if it happens. That way, it's a guaranteed Jackbox stream. Because if I'm gonna have like extra time and stuff like that, you know, it means we'll get more games in and stuff like that. Assuming people are able to join in early enough. That's like the one worry I would have is like I'm planning on starting the stream like at a reasonable hour, not like my normal time. And if like no one's there, like I've had those streams happen before, and then like it takes like an hour for everyone to join in because no one expects me to be streaming at that time. And if that were to happen for Jackbox, I'd just be sitting there waiting for people to hop in, which would be a little bit awkward and unentertaining to watch. So that would be my only worry about doing the Jackbox stream on Thursday. This item. What the F is a reasonable hour? I don't know, like 7 or 8 Eastern time. Basically right after work. Unless there's something that happens that I need to stay at work late, in which case later. Hours before 9 exist. I know, crazy as it seems, and as difficult as it is to believe, yeah, they do in fact exist, and I will actually possibly be able to stream at those times, those, you know, forbidden hours of when people are awake and looking to watch videos, not trying to sleep. I genuinely don't know how I'm feeling, like, slightly hungry right now. I had, like, a really nice steak, like, an hour and a half ago. Deal with that before you're asking for more food, stomach. Tell you to work late, tell them you have really important things to do. We are more important than your job. That's true. Nah, actually, I think if anything, they were looking to do. They have someone that's visiting from outside the country, and they wanted to do like a after work outing for them, because like they're in the U.S. by themselves for like a week and change. So like they wanted to go like to like a local bowling alley and stuff like that after work. And so I wanted to like, I would theoretically want to go to that because it sounds like fun to go bowling, but also, like, you know, then I would be getting home later. Also, I think they were thinking about doing it Wednesday, so if that's the case, I can't do it because I got banned. B-A-N-D, not B-A-N-N-E-D. Like, I have, like, musical instrument banned, not like I was banned from the bowling alley, but only on Wednesdays. They have half-price nachos, and I can't be trusted around half-price nachos. I'm fine to go on a Thursday or a Saturday or a Monday, but Wednesdays, oh boy, they're way more fun than bowling. I was gonna say, what the heck did you do? Nothing. Those nachos were asking for it. I mean, look at what they were wearing. Sour cream and extra cheese. Oh, now I want nachos. Alright. So, maybe it'll give us a bit more time this time. But we're going to go back to the other one. And this time, I'm going to leave it off until everything is set up. Alright. It is all running. There we go. Did it blow your eardrums out? Or are we good? You plug it in and it just screams, Dova! We're good? Okay, good. Good. I don't want to be blowing your eardrums out every time. That's not good for retention. But I also, you know, need to switch between the games. Alright, cool. Luckily, my machinations did not, end up, messing with me. Matt, welcome to the stream. Can't resist but see you. You were having electrifying time. Shiny Manectric Hunt. We are indeed. Although it's been more of a space-time distortion hunt so far, in that we've gotten 2 in a row within, like, the first 30 minutes of stream. So, we've only gotten 22 encounters done. But we're having a good time. We're chilling, we're chatting. But you know what? I think I got an extra encounter out there. To be real, half the shit we do as a community is not good for retention. You know what? You're right. Yeah, I suppose spamming mushroom on the TTS also isn't very effective in helping us keep people long term. Keeps Crunchy long term. That's all that matters. Crunchy's not even here. Crunchy liked the notification that I was going live in Discord and then didn't show up. Funny with the birthday question, since mine was last week. Oh, happy belated birthday. That's awesome. Birthday had a mascot. What would be more about? That one's been up for a while. I probably should switch it. Loser? Yeah, I know. Seriously. What the heck is Crunchy doing? I'm gonna go heal up Diglett after this battle, and then if we find one more Electric on the way, we will attack it. I gained 200 watts. Right. 164 battles. Neato. Grab you real fast. Also, let's do a new discussion about that. Actually paid for a few of my own birthday gifts, including a video message and some games. Nice! Hopefully those games were fun and the video message was awesome.
What are the top 1 genes on your child?
I do not have a child. Well, that's not true. I have Lola. She's not a biological child, but I guess the top gene would be the one that makes her enjoy hugging. Because it's really adorable when she hugs. So I'll go with that one. What are the odds of finding a shiny with like a 100 streak or something like that. Oh, you know what? It's only the glowy ones that are higher odds anyway. So like we focus the glowy ones, but the more battled means it's more likely that Pokemon will be glowy in the overworld. My dog used to hug on command. It was the best thing ever. It's real cute. It's real cute when they do that. See, like this one. This one can be a higher chance of shiny. Video message was better than the game so far. How can you really be getting a birthday video message from an actor that played a superhero? That is pretty dope. That is pretty dope. If Superman were to tell me happy birthday, I probably would tear up. Although, like, it would be like it would have to be like the character. I like if it was like David Cornswell, like I'd very much appreciate it and be like a bit like, you know, starstruck and stuff like that, but I wouldn't be like tearing up if it was just like him in like normal clothing. But if he was like dressed as Superman and like in character saying happy birthday to me or something like that, like and like, you know, keep working to be better every day, or some, like, you know, some hopeful optimistic thing, I probably would get like teary-eyed and be like, I try, Superman. Fucking love Superman. It sucks that like the DCEU was so underwhelming for so many of the movies, because like for a long time, like growing up, I, you know, loved Superman, loved the Justice League, all that stuff like that, and Superman was like a huge like role model for me and stuff like that. And then like when I got to like high school and college and stuff like that, I started like, you know, focusing more on the MCU because the MCU was better. And like I almost forgot that I like why I loved Superman so much and why he was like my favorite superhero growing up and stuff like that. And it almost got to the point where like Marvel was like my favorite over DC, but like seeing that new Superman movie this year immediately pulled me back and reminded me, oh no, yeah, this is why I love this character and why he is my favorite. Just tearing up for a few days due to the video message. Wasn't too hard to pick the person. That's awesome. Well, I'm glad that you got the video message and that it meant so much to you. That's awesome. Great birthday present, and, or I guess birthday event to have happen. Is it considered a present if you buy it for yourself? I don't know. Birthday purchase? Whatever the case. It's great that you were able to get that, and that it brought you so much joy. It's dope. No, not good. Wait, do I have Sneasel's Dex perfected in PLA and Weavile? I feel like I don't, and I should definitely do that. I'm not doing myself any favors by not. I'll check next time I'm in that game. Because that will definitely help. Well, it hasn't helped to this point, but it will theoretically help for future space-time distortions if I have refractor dex and then minimizing the or maximizing the shiny odds. From my favorite TV show that's sadly over at the moment. Been over a couple years, but watched every episode since I got into it in 94 and 95. Nice. Was it Mark Hamill as the Joker? Or are we getting a raid? Welcome in, Raiders! Thank you so much for joining. Good to have you here. For those of you who are new here, my name is Ectric. I am a PokeTuber by trade. I do a bunch of shiny hunting. I do, you know, this series also has like nuzlocking in it as well, although we're not at that part. I also do other gaming stuff like Marvel Rivals. I started a new Stardew Valley playthrough, Baldur's Gate, whole bunch of different stuff. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, consider liking and subscribing to the channel for more. Regardless, though, thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you so much, Donkey for the raid. I don't think I have any mods in here right now, so I will grab your link in just a second. But how's the hunt going? It's going pretty well. I am doing a like double hunt in that I am playing this game, and then I also have Space-Time Distortions spawning in PLA. And so we got 2 of them to spawn real fast, so it's mostly been PLA stream at this point, but we're starting to get some more encounters. But let me grab your link, and thank you so much. Let's see. I'm Not Shady, Donkey Bon, and DK for coming in on that raid as well. Good to have you all in here. Alright. Money, unfortunately, there's no one here to plug the channel. I mean, I'm here to plug the channel. It's fine. Not Star Wars or Batman, but it is live action? Okay. I'll have to think about it. I hear Nuzlocke I sub. What, man? Oh, okay, I see. We're going for Manectric in this game, and then in PLA, pretty much all of the Space-Time Distortion mons we need, so any of those. Today's the day for all the shinies. We did already get a shiny in PLA, which is a Drift Loon, but that's a multiple time duplicate in that game, so Manectric is cool. Yeah, so this is a part of a series that I'm doing. I will say I don't want to false advertise in saying Nuzlocke because I don't do many of them, but this series that I'm doing is called the Ultimate Hardcore Manectric Shiny Hunt. Basically, I am playing through every single game that you can get a Manectric, and I hardcore Nuzlocke it until you can get either Electric or Manectric, and then I shiny hunt it. So we did Pokemon Emerald. We started this in 2022. We played Pokemon Emerald, and we hardcore Nuzlocked it all the way until we got past the 4th gym, where we could start catching Manectric. And then we shiny hunted for the next 3 years, and finally got it just under odds in like March-ish. And then after that, we went on to our second game, which was Shield. Obviously, this one was much easier to hardcore Nuzlocke because we only had to get to Route 4. But we did that, and now we are here. And then once we catch the shiny in this game, we'll move on to the next game and hardcore Nuzlocke that. So yeah, cool idea. Thank you. Yeah. So Manectric is my my channel mascot. So that is why I chose that Pokemon specifically. But yeah, that is the plan. Honestly, maybe we try to hardcore Nuzlocke the PLZA next. Legends of. That could be interesting. Could also be very difficult. Because even though you only have to get to like, I think it's Wild Area 5. That's still like a decent amount of the game that you have to hardcore Nuzlocke, and that game is not exactly friendly towards you not taking damage. I got another one. But yeah, right now, we are gonna focus on Shield, and we are also going to continue fighting these things, because I'm trying to get up to 500 battled, because that improves the odds that you get the little, you know, glowy versions that have a higher shiny rate. At least that's how I think it works. I know for a fact that, like, having more Pokemon battled is a way to increase shiny odds. I think the way it works is it increases the number of those, like, glowy version ones that appear, and those ones have a flat boosted shiny rate. So all of the normal ones still will be 1 in 4096, but the other ones will be like 1 in 1024 or something like that. It's beautiful shiny. I'm thinking about getting Za this Friday. I think I've decided that I'm getting it. I will say I just got the shiny charm in it yesterday. I love the game. I truly loved the game. I had a ton of fun in it. The things that I would say I disliked about it were it forces you to do too many battles to be able to get the shiny charm. They did not think through the scaling of that one particular research option, and they don't really give you a great way to, like, fast grind battles. But other than that, I will say, like, the main downsides are sometimes the battle mechanics can be slightly annoying in that, like, you'll try and target something and it'll just, like, hit an object, keep hitting an object in the like in the environment or something like that instead of, like, attacking, and, like, it's a lot more battle focused, and kind of encourages you to battle to the detriment of, like, exploration and catching, because it has, like, a locked day-night cycle, and every time it goes to night cycle, it, like, very much encourages you to be, like, battling as many times as possible to, like, rank up as fast as possible. And I mean, that's on me. Like, you can totally just ignore that if you want to, but I always felt pressured to do so, and so I didn't really enjoy that aspect as much. But yeah, so those are, like, my main complaints. But, like, graphics are probably some of the best that Pokemon's had since Let's Go. And I haven't really had any issues with it running. And it's, yeah, I like the characters. The characters are incredible. The story is a little bit, like, boilerplate-ish, but still pretty interesting, and just a good time. Everyone complains about the graphics. Why? I feel like the graphic. I mean, you know, my expectations are in fucking hell, but, like, I feel like they're like I thought they were nice. Granted, I will say I played the Switch 2 version, so theoretically it's possible that the graphics on the Switch 1 version are dog water, and the Switch 2 version is just way better optimized. But I had absolutely no complaints about the graphics. There were only, like, a couple times where I was like, oh, that's a little bit janky. But, like, 99.9% of the time, I was like, this looks great. This looks perfectly. This looks like a good Pokemon game, graphics-wise. They said it looks like wallpaper. People are gonna complain about anything that's, like, below Breath of the Wild standards, or, like, you know, photorealistic stuff. At a certain point, I'm okay with a little bit of a stylized version. I get the complaints about, like, most of the Switch era Pokemon games, in that, like, you know, like, this one looks better now in comparison to some of the other ones that came out after, but, like, I get the complaints with this one, like, all the trees look the same. It's you know, a little bit, like, overly cartoony and flat at times and stuff like that. I can get it for a lot of the games, but, like, that one, I feel like it's about what I would expect from. It's what I would expect from Pokemon. And I would say that most of the games since Let's Go have not met that standard. They don't break the game for me. Yeah, no, not at all. I'm also someone who doesn't like necessarily like look for graphics specifically. Like I don't need them to be great to enjoy the game. I enjoyed Scarlet Violet, and the graphics there were atrocious. But yeah, so maybe I'm not the best judge because I'm not as discerning. But like, I feel like people complaining about the graphics in ZA, I feel like that's more overblown. Like there are better things to complain about with ZA. I didn't do the battles while I played. Do not save them for last. Planty, welcome in. Good to see you. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. I will say, I completely agree. I also think it is essentially impossible for that to not be the case. There are so many more battles than every other, grindy task to do in that game that you can like I spared no expense when it came to battles. I didn't skip anything. I did a ton of like side quests. I grinded extra to make sure my team was like was well leveled for like the final battles and stuff like that. Like I did a ton of battling and extra battles when I was like grinding everything else and stuff like that. And I only got to like 370 battles by the end of the game. By the time I had finished my Pokedex and gotten all the way through all of that, I only had 370 battles, and that was less than half of what I needed. They just have so many extra battles that they require you to do. Now, granted, I haven't done a lot of this side quest still, so like, you probably could get to like around 450 to 500 reasonably without like super duper going out of your way to like just grind battles. In the attempt of doing everything else in the game, but even then, like, that's still only halfway. You're gonna be grinding battles no matter what. As long as it's immersive and the story is good, it could look like little dog shit. I wouldn't care. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Although I am definitely disappointed when the graphics are dog shit, especially like when it starts interfering with like the gameplay, like in Scarlet Violet. I didn't mind because it's easy to grind up the ticket. You didn't mind the battles? Most for the main story while my mom did all the side quests, Skyrim style. Gotcha. Yeah, at the end. So just that 1,000 battles for Shiny Charm, do you have to complete Dex too? So, in that game, there are, like, research quests, and, they get you, like, a certain number of points, and, like, at each level, you unlock something new, and in the beginning, it's, like, a bunch of, like TMs and stuff like that, but the very last level is the Shiny Charm, and you do, like, if you do everything but the 1,000 battles, you are like 100 points short of getting the Shiny Charm. So you have to do the 1,000 battles. You don't have to do everything else, but you do need to do like most of the other research tasks, which are like catch this many fire types and catch this many water types, or like destroy this many like mega stone shards or something like that. There's like a bunch of there's like a few different like varieties of tasks. The one that takes the longest to grind by far is the 1,000 battles, and so that's why it's like it's the limiting factor essentially. You have to do it in order to get the Shiny Charm, because you won't have enough research points otherwise, and it is the one that is going to take by far the longest time to do. Even if you're straight up focusing on it, it will take longer for you to do that than to passively do some of the other ones. I'm gonna hop off and head to bed. Alright, dude, well, have a good night. Thank you so much for joining. I thought I'd already done half of my battles, then got slammed with 500 more and got out so upset. Yeah, I was pretty good about avoiding spoilers for the most part, but that one I did get spoiled on, and was just like, I guess I just got to do it. like by the time I'd gotten to 500, the game had been out for like a month, and everyone had already complained about it. So like there was no avoiding the knowledge of needing 1,000 battles. But yeah, it is a ridiculous. It was a ridiculous feeling being like, all right, I just did a ton of battles throughout the entire game and just grinded for like 2 hours battling. Halfway there. Yeah, it was pretty rough. Although I did find a pretty good method of getting battles quickly that I was happy with by the end. It was not like the most interesting, but it was, you know, decently enough quick. I would have preferred something where you could just like one-shot things, quickly move, quickly like respawn it and then one-shot again type of stuff. But considering nothing like that exists in Zaha, I was pretty happy with like being able to use the infinite Za Royale, and specifically there was one battle zone that I really liked and got me to 52 battles in one night. So it was pretty good. Oh, also, I'm slacking on my streamer duties. I need to plug your link, Planty. Everyone, go check out Planty Gamer if you've not already. She is a wonderful, wonderful streamer, and deserves your support. Go show some love. There we go. There's the... Beautiful. Thanks. No need. I've been lurking a lot. Took a mental health break. Completely understandable. You know, whether it be, you know, state of the world or just burnout from trying to do too much or whatever the case is. We are big advocates here for taking your health seriously first, above all else. So I'm glad that you were able to take a break and hopefully recharge a little bit, feel a little bit better, and yeah, I appreciate you hanging out. And whenever you're back, if you're back, I think that people should go check out your channel. Everyone's having so much fun with hunting that he forgot to plug Planty's channel. Yeah, I did. None of these are Electrics, dang it. Oh, that's God. The second I walk away, it spawns. There you are. You bastard. I think it's really funny that like I'm not sure like how it happens. Like every once in a while, and obviously like the raid was powerful and that's what brought it in and stuff like that. But like it's interesting that like sometimes there'll just be like 100 people that concurrent viewers or something ridiculous like that, and it'll just be like normally I'm getting like 8 or 6, and then all of a sudden just one day it'll randomly be like, you know, 70. And you know, again, this one is very explainable in that there was a very powerful raid that came in, but it sometimes happens like without a raid. It just like I'll just randomly get a day where like it says I have like 70 concurrent viewers. Watched your stream last night or the day before when you switched from ZA to PLA? Maybe want to play PLA again? Yeah, that was last night. I'm playing it today as well, actually. So, yeah, I love PLA. I think that's my favorite Pokemon game at this point. I think it even ekes out Emerald at this point. It's just so cozy to me. It's like I can go back there every time. The shiny hunting in that game is incredible. I have a really long-term goal that has been really fun to work towards, even when it's like tedious and stuff like that. I have like almost 750 hours in that game. It's incredible. That was my first Pokemon. That's crazy. It makes complete sense, like that could be someone's introduction to Pokemon, especially because like if they were like they kind of unofficially were kind of sort of advertising it like Pokemon's version of Breath of the Wild type of thing, which obviously it's not like a one-to-one or even close. It's not even fully open world, but like that was kind of how it was like being viewed, at least by the fan base. Before it came out, so like I can totally see someone either being that young that was like the game that came out when they were like 8 or something like that, or either that or like at the very least being like, oh, this is I loved Breath of the Wild, and I think that it would be really cool to try out this game in a new universe that seems like it's kind of sort of looking at least vaguely similar type of thing. It makes complete sense that it could be someone's entry point in Pokemon. Coming from someone who's been playing it since I was 8 years old, and it was like Pokemon Emerald was the new game on the block. It always surprises me when someone says that like their first game was like one of the ones that I started playing when I streamed when I was streaming, because it just feels like it was like yesterday it came out. But that's awesome. Yeah, I love that game. It's probably my favorite Pokemon game. Very, very good one to have as your first game. If not, completely representative of the Pokemon franchise as a whole. Can't wait for the Mega Dimension. Same. Pokefan, welcome in. Good to have you here. Yeah, I'm excited for the DLC. I need to buy it still. I've been holding off because I don't want to spend more money right now. Alright. I'm excited for tomorrow's DLC trailer. Nice. I didn't realize there was a trailer coming out tomorrow. Alright. Space-time distortions have been forming less frequently now. There's a trailer? Apparently there's one coming out tomorrow. Working on a side quest this week. And anything else I need to do before next week? Why wait last minute? Oh, you mean in ZA? I still have a ton of the side quests to do. Honestly, I think next stream I do of that's not the shiny race I'm going to be doing Wednesday with Zed. I think that the plan is to just do a bunch of side questing. I still haven't like done all of the side quests in PLA, so I want to be a bit more proactive about getting that done before I start like heavy focusing on shiny hunting. We're getting one last mega reveal. Oh, neat. I will say, I am having a ton of fun in the stream, and I don't want to end, but like, and I'm not ending right now, so don't worry about that. But like, I think I'm gonna have to end a little bit earlier than I normally do, because I have a dentist appointment in the morning. And it's like first thing, and I need to get some sleep because last night I did not end up getting a ton of sleep. I ended off stream at like 1 something in the morning, and then managed to stay awake for another like 2 hours and didn't go to bed until like 3, and just felt like absolute crap in the morning. I hope my Luxray is somewhere within Za. I feel like they're probably going to pull in a lot of the Pokemon like that into the Mega Dimension. I'm curious to see which ones get pulled in. Trying to think of which ones that I would like to see in there that aren't currently in there. I mean, I already have my Manectric in there. I have the elemental monkeys are in there. Like a lot of the ones that I'm like usually like, oh, I would love to see this in a game. It's never in the games anymore. They're already in Za for me, so. But yeah, Luxray would be dope. It's a good shiny. Still have more things to blow money on even without needing to buy Mega Dimension. Resub home and switch online and get the Digimon movie set to Blu-ray. Ah. See, the home one isn't going to come up until like next summer for me. Switch Online, I think I just paid for like a month ago. And then I don't watch Digimon, so that's not an expense for me. But yeah, I definitely think that it is. Yeah, I definitely think it's a good. It's a good time to not be spending a ton of extra money on video games that I don't need to be spending money on, just because, you know, with Christmas coming around and presents and all this stuff, also with, you know, the world falling apart and the economy in shambles and whatever, probably for the best to like be a little bit more frugal, especially because I have so many freaking games that I still haven't played, and I need to like I still haven't played Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, or 3, and I have all of them. Well, actually, I have the first 2. I haven't played the new Peach game, even though I got that. I've had Sonic Frontiers for years and still haven't played that. Like, there's a bunch of games that I could play that I just have not picked up yet. Partially because I'm going back to a bunch of games and playing the ones that I love a bunch, but also partially because I keep getting new ones that I don't need yet. Granted, all of that all of that being said, I am going to get the DLC. I'm not getting the DLC, but otherwise, I'm trying to be frugal. That's why I haven't gotten Battlefield, to be honest. All of my friends will hop on Battlefield so often. We used to play Marvel Rivals all the time, but now that since Battlefield came out, they're all like, "Oh, let's play Battlefield. I'd rather play Battlefied." And I watched them play it, and I was like, "Those look kind of fun." But it's also, you know, $70 and 100 gigs, so it's not exactly an easy justification to get. We actually do know who's coming back because they accidentally showed the whole list of it officially when they did a recent update. Whoops. I make oopsies all the time. Same. There have been multiple times where I've had to like cut things out of streams because I accidentally like showed something that on screen that I probably don't need out there for the world to see. Game Freak is known for doing oopsies for sure. Also, I paused because we did get a space-time distortion here, so I'm gonna save real quick. And then we're gonna swap over. Well, bam. And then we swap over to this one. Cool. We head on over. Fish have eyelids. That's the Snapple Cat fact, by the way. Cool. Now I'm back. How many Switches do you have? I have the Switch 1 and Switch 2. So the 2. This is the Switch 1. Sword and Shield, or Shield was on my Switch 2. Jerk. I despise. This is one thing that I really don't like about this game is the fact that it switches your the color based on the where your camera is in relationship to the orb, not where your character is. Like my character is fully inside of the orb here, but like if I shift my camera, it like flashes in and out. I also don't like that it like just flashbangs you every time you go in and out of the space-time distortion. I did a Switch 2, but for reasons related to the economy and Nintendo's very capitalist practices with it, I won't be. Completely reasonable. Completely fair. I got one because I think that the the extra storage and the better better optimization for graphics and stuff like that are useful enough to me, especially as a streamer, that it's worth it. But it is an expensive system, and Nintendo is not exactly being consumer friendly. So I completely understand people's hesitation. I was more insane with how many Switches I got. Original light OLED, Switch 2. Yeah. No, I for the longest time I only had the one, and I only got the Switch 2 when it came out in June. So it has been nice having two, especially because I can now do this kind of thing where I hunt for space-time distortions while I play other games on the Switch 2. I played more PS5 than Switch 2. I don't own a PS5, so I do not. I do play a decent amount of the Xbox at this point, but that's just Marvel Rivals. I also I have a buddy who is going to be participating in a race in a game called Lost Ark. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the game, but he is a very, very good player of that game, and is going to be participating in a race to be one of the first 10 teams to finish up a new boss raid that's coming out. And he was showing me all of the tech and stuff like that, and I was looking at this gameplay, and I was like, it does seem kind of fun. And unlike Battlefield, it is a free game. Granted, you can spend hundreds to thousands of dollars to grind your character and stuff like that, because it's not pay to win, but it's pay to win faster. And so it's you know, it could be one that I would spend a lot of money on. I'm not going to, because I'm pretty good about not spending money on free games that give you a bunch of perks to buy buying things over and over again. I'm good at avoiding microtransactions, essentially. But yeah, so I was looking at it, I was like, it's kind of fun. But I don't know if I will. It seems like the kind of game you need to like get really invested in to like get the most out of. And I have a lot of games that I'm already invested in. I play my Steam Deck 99% of the time. Love emulating stuff. Yeah, that honestly, like if the new like Steam machine weren't like gonna be priced like a computer, I would definitely consider getting that, because like I feel like it'd be awesome to have like just like a dedicated system just to play like my Steam games, and not have to worry about like running it on my computer, because my computer is sometimes quite the it sometimes has quite the time trying to, you know, be a computer. So I deleted Fortnite. I'm done with battle passes and such. Yeah, I get that. It's, you know, I mean, I don't mind the battle pass system. I think like a game like Marvel Rivals does it about as well as you can, in that like you can earn the currency in game just by you know, playing long enough and doing enough missions and stuff like that. But they also have like, you know, you can pay to get like more of those currencies, or you can like, you know, get the battle pass to get like luxury items and stuff like that. Granted, I would like for them to like have the luxury items available using like the in-game currency, even if it's just if they're like exorbitantly expensive. I would like it so that like there's nothing that's like hard locked behind like the battle pass. But I feel like the way Marvel Rivals does it is, you know, grading on a very low curve, but it's about the best you can expect from a battle pass system. But yeah, so I think that's generally the best case. But even then, I do agree that the battle pass system is annoying, in that like, why can't I just get all of the content of the game that I, you know, paid for, or, you know, have downloaded, obtained for the amount of money that you are charging for it. I suppose in the case of Fortnite and Marvel Rivals, that's $0, but still. Only really been playing Switch again for ZA. Yeah, nah, it's been, I mean, I've been doing ZA on this, on here. Obviously I'm doing Sword and Shield here as well. I did hop into Violet again for the first time in a while recently to do some terror raids and get some Urban Mystica, so I can possibly do some shiny hunting in that game, because that's like probably my next one that I want to try and shiny hunt for the living decks in, once I finish up with PLA, and maybe not even before, maybe during, because it's going to take me another few years to probably get all of the space-time distortion ones, even if I'm like hard focusing on this and putting in a lot of effort into constantly hunting space-time distortions. But yeah, I plan on hunting in that game again, and I'm gonna need Urban Mystic for that. Probably also gonna do a stream where I do terror raids at some point. Did I miss them in Ectric? No. We've been kind of just waiting for space-time distortions in PLA while we hunted. So basically, whenever one of them appears, I've been switching over to PLA to hunt in the space-time distortion real quick, as a little bit of like a break. Because I'm trying to get the shiny living decks in this game, and it takes forever for space-time distortions to form in this game. So doing it while I'm hunting in another game is, yeah, efficient time usage. Even on an emulator Scarlet Violet is so badly made as a game that it still has issues and things to make it unplayable and a glitchy mess. Yeah, they really just did not give it enough time to develop. They needed to bake that one in the oven for another like 6 months or so. Luckily, they took that criticism to heart, at least in some capacity. And Za was not rushed out in like less than a year, and therefore came out, you know, more complete. But it does suck that it's like, you know, like the story was I really loved that story in that game, and it really sucks that it was like marred by just how janky the physics in the game were, and how bad the graphics were, and just how many glitches there were in the game that are just like, not like cool glitches that like allow you to do like crazy stuff, but like game breaking glitches to just really annoying glitches that like make your time more tedious and worse. Like, the game should never disincentivize you from going to an entire area of the map because it lags so much when you go there. Gotta fine-tune it to make Scarlet Violet run even if your device is hard to believe, but it's sadly true. Yeah. It's a shame, but I mean, you know, nothing we can do about it. Just gotta, you know, voice our opinions and stuff like that, and hope that it's addressed in future games and such. Biggest issue with Scarlet Violet is, hey, you want to play the game, you paid $60 for it, buy a Switch 2. Yeah. I mean, it is nice that, like, for those people who do have the Switch 2, it can at least run better, but it's unacceptable that that's, like, the solution, is to, you know, have the new $450 system that the game wasn't originally released on, but happens to be able to run it better than the system it was built for. Great, put ourselves back here again. Stare off into the distance again. And real quick, let me just save. Alright, so we're going to go back again. And this time, make sure that this is off. Throw this over here. Do one of these. All right, and head on back over here. Oh, you know what? First, let me turn that back on. There we go. And then pop one over here, and we're gonna go. Cool. Also, thank you so much for 11 likes already, man. I really appreciate the support. Lovely having you all in here, hanging out and chatting about games and such. Oh boy. My lack of sleep last night is starting to catch up with me. what we should do is we should, instead of just doing 2 mud slaps, we should do 1 astonish and 1 mud slap. That way we can get the chance to flinch. I think that's the play. Because it's going to take 2 shots no matter what. Might as well attempt for them to not hit us on the first one. Damn it, never mind. Alright, let me go heal. Immediately prove me wrong. It's gonna be really annoying if I have to constantly get rid of paralysis. I gotta say, music in this game, top notch. One of the best Pokemon soundtracks. That is one downside of the Legends games, is that their soundtracks are not nearly as varied and like impressive as some of the other games. Oh. Leave me alone. I don't want to eat berries. I want to run away from you. Stupid bug. Get off my back. I guess my screen in this case. Nothing in there. Alright. I was thinking earlier today, I had an idea. Actually, I had a couple of ideas today. I was in a very creative mood today. My first idea was I want to try and see if I can create a Python program that would more efficiently allow me to make clips of streams and stuff for like shorts and such. Like obviously, like it's for any the way I would do clips. Is I would, you know, take a section of a stream that I thought was, like, interesting and clippable and stuff like that, and I would, you know, cut out the section from the larger stream and stuff like that, and then I would put, like, little markers wherever the subtitles needed to be switched, and then I would have to, like, manually type out the subtitles and stuff like that, and then I would essentially just add in those subtitles with the markers using like a script in After Effects, and then I would use a script to like automatically put the video and my face cam in the correct spot based on the layout I was using for that particular game. And that is how I would like create most of those clips and stuff like that. Which, you know, fairly streamlined, but it did involve me using my editing software, which has the proclivity to freeze up very easily on my computer. Joltik wanted to bug you. Nice. Good one. But yeah, so having to use my editing software, it just becomes a bottleneck of sometimes the software just does not want to work. It will not move at any pace whatsoever, and it makes me not want to edit, which then leads to me not doing shorts and clips and stuff like that, and those don't get posted, and then, you know, it's just the stream going. It gets me out of the habit, all that good stuff. So I was thinking today that in order to remove that as a barrier, I would try and figure out if it's possible for me to create a similar level of editing to what I was doing in my editing software just by using Python commands. I don't know if it's possible, because like they're very simple edits. It's 90% of the time those clips, it was just take the video from a stream, clip it, chop it up into like whatever segment or segments I was looking to use, and then I would, you know, have video, like the game video up top, my face cam down bottom, and then I would just put subtitles that changed with the audio to match my voice. And then I would also have like a little animation of like the like and subscribe clicking thing, popping in and out of existence at the bottom, somewhere in the video, something like that. So those were like the main things that I would do for the shorts. And I think that other than the last thing that I mentioned, which I gotta be honest, did just think about 5 seconds ago for the first time since I had that idea. Other than that one, everything else is very simple to just add in and just overlap type of thing. I don't know if I would be able to add in the animated popping in and out of existence thingy-mabobber. I could also just, you know, not include that, I suppose. But other than that, I'm pretty sure that I could have like 2 copies of the video, or like the visual of that stream file, one on top of the other, in a vertical video format, and then be able to add subtitles on top of that, just through Python commands. And if I were to be able to do that, then theoretically what I could do is I could create like generalized Python commands that clip out the, you know, area of the gameplay for whatever layout I'm using. The face cuts out the face cam, puts both of those in for whatever section of time that I listed that I wanted to do, or segment or segments, and then add in subtitles at specific times, and place text at specific times overlaid on top of those videos. I think all of that could be done with generalized Python commands that take in like a text file with all of that information or something like that. And then from there, I could either, you know, just use visual or VLC or something like that, or I could, you know, create some other program that allows me to edit, to create that information to then plug into the Python program. So theoretically, I could create, more or less create my own editing software, kind of, sort of, not really. There are a lot of places where this could go wrong. It could, you know, it could not run nearly as well. It could be very difficult to implement the editor portion that I would want to use, and it would be easier to just open up the editor instead of trying to create my own type of thing. It might be that the Python version, Python created MP4 doesn't look as good, or like there's some aspect that just won't work no matter how hard I try. There's a lot of places where this could break down, but I do believe that I want to try so that I can hopefully improve decrease the amount of time it takes for me to create clips from the channel. So that is my hope. That was one of my ideas. The other idea was for a new stream idea that I think could be fun to do, and I will not keep it secret so that you actually can hold me accountable, because I feel like I do that all the time where I'm like, I have this really good idea. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to spoil it, but it's going to be great if I ever do it, and then I never do it because I lose steam on it, or, you know, forget about it or whatever, because I didn't tell anyone about it. But essentially, the idea that I have is based on, like, the popularity of, like, Uma Musume, Pretty Derby, and stuff like that, where, like, it's essentially, like, watching video game versions of sports. I really would like to create something like that for stream. So the idea that I had was essentially creating a mini league that we could, like, watch, and I could do, like, you know, like commentary on, like sports commentary, play-by-play type of commentary on, and then we could have people who, like, root for certain teams, like certain players, quote unquote, that kind of thing, and we could just create our own, like, little sports league almost. And the idea that I had for that was a very simple game where it is 5v5, and you have essentially, like, 5 discs. Ooh, what the heck? Ooh, a shiny Golbat. But yeah, basically, like, each team has 5 of these, like, little, like, discs on, like, kind of like almost like a air hockey table type of field. Let me save real quick. Alright, we got our shiny up to 2. But yeah, so the idea is you have 2 teams going head to head, and each of them has 5 of those discs. Each of them shoots in a semi-random direction at a semi-random frequency at, you know, a semi-random speed with, you know, different, like, physics and stuff like that on them. And essentially, they all have collision with each other, and your goal is to score all of your pieces into the other net before the other team. And you basically would have, like, chaos of, like, them all bumping into each other, and you're trying to get them all to score into the opposing net before the other team gets all of theirs in. And you would have it so that each of the circles has, like, different stats where, like, oh, this one is able to shoot, like, really far, but it doesn't shoot as often. Or this one's, like, really accurate and always shoots on net, but it barely, like, makes any progress and barely moves, so that it can get knocked around really easily. Or, like, this one is really heavy, so it won't move as far, but it also, like, won't get knocked off course as easily. Like, all of that kind of stuff. So I feel like that could be a fun thing to implement. It wouldn't be too difficult for me to code. And then we could create, like, you know, like a league of, like, 8 teams where they have, like, each disc has, like, its own, like, stats. Like, we can give them names and stuff like that. We can have, like, drafts and have, like seasons and stuff like that, where we're basically create our own sports league. And it would be something we could, like, we wouldn't immediately know the results or anything like that. It would be, like, kind of like watching a sport unfold, but it's, you know, no input from me or input from anyone where it would be, you know, considered, like, unfair, and someone, you know, there would be unfair input, like, of someone, like, pulling the strings and rigging things and stuff. So I feel like that could be a really cool idea to implement, and I want to try and implement it, but it would require me coding that program to be able to run it. And so I want to try and create that at some point. I think it would be a lot of fun, and we'll see. But yeah, if you think that could be fun, I feel like it'd be fun to watch. And worst comes worst, I create it. It's, you know, kind of fun as a one-off thing, but no one's really all that interested in it. We just don't do it again. But I think it could be fun. Alternatively, we could do it where it is essentially like air hockey, but they shoot in random directions, and if they fall into either net, they're just out, and you play until one of the teams doesn't have any discs left on the field, or you play until for like a certain amount of time, or something like that. Like there's different variations I could possibly do on it, and we could see which one is like most interesting type of thing. Cause like, I feel like it could be interesting for them for it to be like like we're trying to get everyone off of the field as quickly as possible, but it also like, I don't know, maybe that's not as interesting as like goal scoring type of thing. But yeah, let me know if that sounds interesting to anyone. I think it's interesting, but okay. This thing is taking forever to spawn. Jesus. I also had the idea of creating a fun little program that like looks like it's a programming IDE, but it just when I type anything, it just like puts in random characters. Just as a little like gag thing of like, oh yeah, you want to code on here, and then they start typing and just like it like creates like nonsense code, and it's just like, what is going on? Why is this not working? That's not what I typed. And then they backspace and it types more code. I feel like they could be funny. Play a little prank on someone. Number one, he's not shiny. Like we've got 2 shinies today from 2 Pokemon right before a special against the one. infuriating. Like, yeah, both of them are, like, good shinies and stuff like that, but, like, obviously they're duplicates. And, like, dude, why can't you just, you know, be a shiny in the space type distortion? Ideally one that isn't a duplicate. Well, no special spawn shinies there. Oh, you know what I said I was going to do is I was going to check to see if Weavile is or Sneasel need their dex entry is perfected. They do indeed. You just need to be given food 8 times. That's easy enough. And then you need to use a crap ton of moves, including 67 agile style moves. Yay. That's a joy. Alright, we'll work on that some other time. Now's not the time for that kind of thing. Cool. Ooh, Leafeon. That would have been cool if it was shiny. Hello. It's a whole lot of licky lickies. Or licky lime, I guess. Licky lime, licky licky. It's gonna happen again where it's gonna spawn in something I need, and then it's gonna immediately dissipate the space-time distortion, and then I'm gonna fail it. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just not even get any luck. Alright. Just alright. No space time distortion shinies. I am gonna say that I am done hunting space time distortions for tonight. We will do. Let's try and get to 1,200 encounters total in Sword and Shield before we call it a night, or you know, get a shiny. But I doubt that's gonna happen. So we're just gonna turn this off real quick and you want it and put you to sleep. Good stuff. Perfect. And oh, there it goes. Did I miss the hot tub stream? Host Angel, welcome to the stream. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well. No, you did not miss the hot tub stream in that I did not do a hot tub stream whatsoever. I thought we were at 1180. Yeah, whatever. 1179, close enough.
Lord L, I'll be back for you, and I'll bring every fleet I can. Good luck. Private M. Yes, Mill Lord. Siren blares as foes surround Private M. Enemy. It's all over Lawbreaker.
What is that from? How have you been, Ghost Angel? Hope you've been well. Playing any new games lately? Making people say chicken butt, or saying what so you can say chicken butt at all? Like, thank Davis G for that one. I don't know who that is. Get over here, you. Absolutely, I am not. Full body aches, dizziness, headaches, and now I can't tuck, swallow, or gulp without being loud. Oh, jeez, I'm so sorry to hear that. Is it like, is it like a virus, or is it like something chronic? I know that it sounds a little bit like COVID or something like that, or some sort of like pneumonia or not pneumonia, but flu or something. You know what? We can let this thing evolve. Why not? Cool. I'm sorry that you're not feeling well, Ghost Angel. I know some of those pains. Today I was definitely feeling headachy and tired and just shitty. And I will say that like some of those symptoms sound a little bit like my high blood pressure symptoms, but obviously not all of them, and those are not exactly exclusive to high blood pressure. No clue, because the symptoms give me mixed answers, but I assume it's a bad cold / flu. Yeah, it sounds like a bad virus. Whatever virus it ends up being. And unfortunately for those, the cure is just wait for it to not be hurting you anymore. Which it really feels like at this point we should have figured out a better way to solve that problem. Like, why are we still frickin' just having to wait it out whenever we get a cold? Like, why don't we have some sort of cure? playing a lot of Black Ops 7, to be honest, multiplayer. If I do bad, I don't mind, but if I do good, then yeah. But I'm a zombies guy. Campaign was straight doo-doo, and game mode was better. Okay, cool. Yeah, I haven't played a Call of Duty since like World at War, and I was never good at any of them. I was quite bad at every Call of Duty. I've never been a like first-person shooter kind of player. The best one I probably have is Halo, and even then I'm not great. I just like am okay in my group of friends. Have you tried Marvel Rivals Zombies? Okay. Cool. Technically I have my Switch too, but I'm not allowed it until Christmas. I'm 22. Hey, I mean, no one's too old for Santa to force you to wait until Christmas for your present. I don't know why I keep looking as if it's going to be shiny. I'm like I'm nowhere near the best odds for shinies in this game. I keep going. Oh. 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 By the way, we are only going up until 1200, and then I have to hop off. I have a dentist appointment, like, first thing in the morning, and I unfortunately cannot stick around as late as I normally do. That was a boosted odds one. Your music is slightly louder than you. Yeah, I can turn down the game audio a bit. There we go. I feel like this game is louder than me, or louder than some of the other ones. I'm also like leaning back a little bit, just chilling. But honestly, I have a little lav mic. I need to test it out sometime and see how good it is, because like, I feel like having it like hooked up to me might be better than having it on the desk, because like I lean back all the time and then I probably get quieter and then you can't really hear me over the music type of thing, and I feel like it'd be better if I just had something like hooked up to me, or like always close to my face type of thing. We crank that music in gun battles and right for the crowd. Oh, you know it. Goddamn things with their fucking quick attack. there. There we are. Oh, in gym battles, I see. I said gym and it went to gun. That's hilarious. Finally. Great. Oh. We got flinch, nice. Easy. Easy claps. Alrighty. You. I'm trying to get up my Ultra Sun Moon done so I can get shinies in that game too. It was fun there. I've never played Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I've only played Sun and Moon. So I've never... I need to play those sometime. Honestly, I want to go back and do continue the long-term goal I had of playing through backwards through all of the games that I never got the full Pokédex in, and finishing that. Because, like, I never used to really do it growing up because I didn't have anyone to trade with for the most part. For, like, the version exclusives and such. So, I started playing BDSP at some point to do that, and ended up making only, like, 2 streams worth of progress before I just dropped it. But I want to go back and do it some more. And then also do, like, you know, Gen 7, Gen 6, Gen 5, Gen 4, Gen 2 and Gen 1. I guess. Like, really, the only ones I've done are Gen 8 and Gen 3. And then, of course, the most recent ones as well. Biggest meme from Black Ops 7 is, if you've ever seen the clip, is definitely what people call the Skibidi Toilet Boss. Oh, Jesus. Of course. And we'll just deal with 2 battles while we're paralyzed. It's fine. Let's try. Alright, one more, and then we're done for the night. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-boo. Oh, not you. Oh, Dave Smith, I'm sorry. Thank you so much for joining in, though. I really appreciate it. Found you again. I wanted to catch your stream once again. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I unfortunately have to end off slightly early tonight because I have a dentist appointment in the morning and I have to be up earlier than usual to get to it. So, unfortunately, I will not be able to stay on, but I do appreciate you coming in, and feel free to go check out the replay of this, the VOD of this, because it's been fun. Had a lot of fun chatting. We got a couple of shinies in PLA. Not the ones we need, but, you know. And just having a good old time. could you tell me if you caught anything good? Yeah, I got a couple of shinies in PLA. I got a shiny Drifloon and a shiny Goldback. Granted, you know, neither of them are something that we have never had before, but still good shinies. Ooh, nice crit. Nice cock. Is the encounter odds method in this game bad even when you have charm? I think it's pretty bad, yeah. I think the best method in Sword and Shield is Masuda hunting with a, you know, well, I guess Masuda method entails using a foreign Pokemon, but yeah, so that was, yeah, the odds in this one are not amazing. Have you seen the first few images of the Legend of Zelda movie? I don't think I have. But yeah, we are going to go on and call it a night here. We got to 1,200 encounters, which, awesome. I apologize that I can't go longer. I would love to, but I do need to get to bed at a reasonable hour tonight. So we're going to hop off a little bit early. We are going to go on a raid, though, and pass on the amazing love that Donkey Bomb showed tonight. So let's go show some love to someone else. And I will try to redirect it so that we can pass on all of you who are lurking. Good night. Thank you for streaming. Hope tomorrow goes well for you. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's just, I literally have never had a cavity, so dentist appointments are like no sweat for me. But I do have to get up early for it. So originally I was supposed to have a dentist appointment like last month, but they had to reschedule me because they're like one of the people who was supposed to be like working for my appointment was going to be out that day, so I couldn't really schedule anything until like January, but I put myself on the like call me if something comes up list, and they've called me a total of like 4 times, and this is the first time I've been free for when they were offering an appointment, so I had to take it. All right, let's see. So it was either eggs or DAs. Oh yeah, well DAs is a 1 in 100, but like they take forever. So and you can only reliably get like legendaries in that one. So grinding level 100 Pokemon. How many of you would be opposed to me going for a Pokemon ZA stream to raid? Actually, no. Let's do Shiny Dynamax Adventures. Dark Moon Sylveon's playing Sword and Shield. We're going for that. All right. So let's edit this. We're gonna accept that. Customization, redirect, search videos from other channels. Oh no. Are they done? Or are they unredirectable? Let's copy that. Maybe I just pasted the wrong. There we go. Okay. I was pasting the wrong link. We're good. So let's save that real quick. Got a lot of lurkers, so don't think anyone minds. Fair. Fair. But yeah, we're going to go over and do some Dynamax Adventures for those of you who are sticking around. I hope that you will join me. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night. A very small possibility that I stream tomorrow. If not, I hope to see you on Wednesday for our shiny race against Zed Games in Pokemon Legends ZA. But until then, have a great rest of your night, and I will see you next time.